Call of Duty is one of the franchises that people have love and hate relations with, and has been successful over 19 years, and part of that is because its annual revenue. And while the game has franchise fatigue, it's still gonna get popular at the end of the day. I remember Infinity Ward had one of the best single player campaigns that people were invested when Call of Duty 4 came out. Modern Warfare 3 opens the Pandora box of the multiplayer focus, then closes it when Infinite Warfare comes out. People always view Call of Duty games these days from a multiplayer perspective, but why am I mentioning this? It's because when I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 and Cold War, it made me think about how Call of Duty returns to its single-player campaign form, and when we see Vanguard, we see people that are excited to its story even though they have low expectations. Today I'll be talking about all of the recent Call of Duty games that have returned to the single-player form: Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare, and Cold War, and how it was returned to its form. Infinity Warfare is a game that I dislike very hard because of how Black Ops 3 story was disappointing until I gave it a chance, and it hit me how Infinity War has a huge passion for its single player even though 20% are interested to its story, while its multiplayer isn't. I played Infinity Warfare's campaign, but what shocked me was how Infinity War didn't disappoint me to its story even though it's a futuristic game. I think this Call of Duty futuristic game has one of the stories I like. Because Advanced Warfare, while not a bad story, the characters are forgettable and its story has holes. Huge holes in fact. Black Ops 3 has... it's already obvious. Infinite Warfare has characters that are charming and memorable. Part of the reason why all of the Modern Warfare games, yes, in 2019, has been loved by fans is because of the characters. If your characters are memorable, charming, and have personality, people will love it, even though the plot of the Modern Warfare trilogy is dumb. Ghost doesn't have this. That's why the story has been hated. The writing and the cast of the characters save Infinite Warfare because it has emotions that makes you care, and seeing the death of one of my favorite characters to a controversial game is one of the moments that I'll remember forever.
It's been an honor, sir. Honor was all mine, Metal One.
Infinite Warfare has moments to its gameplay. One moment where you retake the building by commanding your men as an officer, and one of the endings where Ethan hacks most of the robots and support you to the end. It has different weapons to the bullets or plasma bullets. Instead of the Call of Duty having soldiers we're used to, we're introduced to robots and boss battles that have strength and weaknesses. And it's different, making the player more of an underdog. The game uses different equipment that you can use, and instead of the ghosts having one-time use or Call of Duty Black Ops 2, you can use them whenever the hell you like. I think what this game accomplished is how when you're in space, the game doesn't restrict you most of the time, especially the plane sequences. There's something about Infinite Warfare that is different, but it's fun. It's probably the variety of it, or it's how Infinity War doesn't control us from jet space and linear gameplay. Every Call of Duty game is linear, I'm not surprised, but I had problems with this game that doesn't have open-ended levels. Instead of small sections or small firefights. While Infinite Warfare has few of these, and it's really fucking awesome, most of them don't have these except the Jackal sequences or the space sequences. There's also parts that I have issues with. When you replay Infinite Warfare so many times, like you always follow the NPCs every fucking time, that makes you impatient. I appreciate what Infinity Ward did, making scripted moments that are actually hilarious, intentionally or not, that remind me of Modern Warfare 3. There are issues I have with the story to its villains. Yes, this is the issue of Infinite Warfare as a whole, since Modern Warfare 2019. The villains are barely characterized like Modern Warfare 1. Villains making speech just to scare you, that quotes about their lines, and a few levels later can't even fight a damn robot. There was a missed opportunity to make him a boss battle, but for all that is worth, it's still an enjoyable ride from start to finish. Infinite Warfare is a game that has likable characters, memorable moments to its gameplay, but what about the rebooted franchise? Now this game actually returns me from Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 2019 is one of the campaigns that actually reminds me of Modern Warfare 1. This game is a reboot to the franchise, so it makes sense, but at the same time, the missions has unique rides, like a complete roller coaster. It reminds me of some missions from Modern Warfare 1, in a good way. Going Dark is like that all gilly up, but this time in a non-linear fashion. Highway of Death reminds me of Blackout, and there's so much more uniqueness to the game and I love it.
There's a lot of gameplays that is actually unique. Death quotes are here, and then characterize the villains, and some enemies are characterized. We can see how they handle the issue. For example, Fog of War is a mission where the Russian mercenaries, being humanized from being burned, trying to do their jobs because they're afraid that General Barkov will kill them. I realized this because in World War II and Infinite Warfare, the enemies are barely characterized. There's some mission details that I like to point out, and it actually sticks out to me. Piccadilly is one of my favorites. We see the civilians react, and we hear how the officers are struggling through the comms, and you can go anywhere. There's something missing from Call of Duty games prior to Modern Warfare 1 and World at War, were gritty and scary. For example, the player is shown how the Russians kills the Germans in World at War without mercy. And Modern Warfare 2019, we see how Alcatala's grittiness, killing the civilians without mercy. Not that one-man army type when we see Modern Warfare 2, where the player is badass and feeling like you're a sci-fi Master Chief, but a modern soldier, with empowerment by the way. Modern Warfare 2019 has two missions where you play like the one-man army. It's Old Comrades and Going Dark. It's because it has context. Going Dark is like that mission where you use stealth as your advantage and run away from the Russians. You cannot kill an entire Russian army with a helicopter. Old Comrades have only handful of enemies wave after wave with Captain Price because you are capturing the Butcher so they can interrogate him. There's only one equipment that is used for one mission like the drone from Proxy War where you can use drones only in one mission, but it has the reason why.
And there's some equipments you can use, some missions, the green laser pointer from calling a missile, the night vision, and Hadir sniper. That's the reason why I returned to Call of Duty, and I didn't regret playing the campaign, and actually enjoyed it, even though it's short. While I enjoyed it, there are some issues. The ending is rather dumb, and while the characters are lovable and likable, but what's their goal? Stop the Russians and Alcatala? That's it? I thought the characters also have different goals, but those are the least issues I have and didn't frustrate me. But what about the other company from its Black Ops series? Treyarch is one of the companies that started me from Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and it was my first game. Well, the story of Black Ops 3 is confusing and 4 having no story, I guess. Most of the Black Ops game except 3 and 4 have characters and its villains, and protagonists that are lovable, and I remember liking Menedez in Black Ops 2. Treyarch has a reputation of making great ideas that can be executed really well in Black Ops 2, or executed poorly in Black Ops 3, and recently Cold War recast most of the original actors we know, which was a missed opportunity for the original actor. But Woods in Cold War isn't that bad, he has his moments, and having nostalgia about Black Ops 1 when you interact with him. It's just sad the character has been recast. Black Ops Cold War has one of the games that actually has smart ideas and executed really well. While the plot is decent and you have to stop Perseus from bombing America, the quiz had me blow my mind that I didn't expect, just like Black Ops 1. And it's quite odd because Black Ops 1 and Cold War have similar concepts but different timelines and locations. To name a few, your character is getting brainwashed, yup, going to a covert operation in stealth. That's true, same intro in Black Ops 1. Actually, this is a reference, but either way, yes. Maybe it's just me. I like what Treyarch did instead of loud missions often in Call of Duty. Treyarch likes making firefight stars stealth, which is actually fun, and surprising how their atmosphere is rather my liking. Treyarch games have vibrant, grey, and detail to its world. That's why I like Black Ops 2 and Colossus, where there's a slow-mo with music that has vibrant colors. While Cold War has some life to its levels, seeing how Americans do in the Vietnam War, the intro in Black Ops 1, how you interact. While I had a lot of enjoyment in Black Ops Cold War, there's flaw in the stealth section. While different, there are no consequences when you're spotted, and if Black Ops 2 didn't exist, I would forgive this. Cold War choices don't impact much. Okay, hear me out. Only the difference is the dialogue, and it's nothing major to its choices except in some parts, and in the ending has huge difference. Part of the reason why I still play Black Ops 2 in my Xbox, because there is a different dialogue, seeing you kill the PMC or Harper if Harper is still alive. There are summaries that are different depending if you save karma or not, and multiple cutscenes that have endings, and it's one of the reasons why Black Ops 2 campaign is the best story-wise. But this is the least problems for me, and I kinda let it go since the development on the 3-year cycle that has a 2-year to make a game. And speaking of Black Ops 4, has a lot of issues with the game. I won't forget that, but Black Ops Cold War was buggy, and crashes were frequently. Aside from all that, it has been 10 months and it has been patched, and this game's campaign is short. I actually enjoyed some sections and took some ideas from Sledgehammer's World War II stuff that were actually expanded. I honestly don't have a lot of issues with the story except its dialogue and its gameplay. It's actually a refresh for me to think about Black Ops 1 and 2, and actually, this is a perfect trilogy to the Black Ops series. Black Ops 2 has the perfect ending in my opinion to the Black Ops trilogy. I remember when I finished playing Modern Warfare 2019 with my cousin that invited me to play this game, and it made me remember Modern Warfare's campaigns and Call of Duty. Call of Duty had been one of the leftovers that the developers had, and at least they shine the best. And when I see Black Ops 3, World War 2, and Black Ops 4, they have their success that the kids will buy and publishers that smokes the money. But it made me wonder about the developer's talent to its campaign. It doesn't have the campaigns that are hard hitting as before like Black Ops 2. Then recently I gave Infinite Warfare another shot, tried Modern Warfare 2019 and Cold War 2020. They have been really enjoyable, and seeing Vanguard's campaign, I hope the developers of Sledgehammer learn their mistakes in Advanced Warfare and World War II and won't repeat the mistakes of other Call of Duty games.